Well, it started off as a normal morning, meaning I rolled out of bed late. I had slept with my hair in a bun that night before, and I rolled out of bed, rolled to work because my parents lived 3 miles away from here and I was living with them.
We were out spreading fertilizer. I'm a custom applicator, so I run a big Terragator. And
it started to rain that day, so I was stuck in the office. Not my favorite place to be. I like to be outside, get my hands dirty.
And of course, when it rains, you check over everything and get stuff cleaned up and get ready to go for when it dries up.
When the rain finally quit for a while, boss man was asking around seeing what there was to do outside for me, because he knows how much I hate being inside. He and Jeff had come up with the idea to just let me help service the fertilizer tenders. What I had to do to help service that tender was I had to wash it, which I had made it all nice and pretty again because it's pretty dirty. And the next part was to grease bearings.
As I was walking towards the front of the shop, I heard Fran scream. It was just one of those screams like, something bad happened.
Well, I'd felt my hair get caught in the PTO, and in a split second it was gone, so that's how fast the PTO spins.
PTO is a drive shaft that runs a hydraulic motor that would run the hydraulics on the box of the truck.
I reached up and I when I dropped the F-bomb, started screaming, and then I'm like, you are such an idiot. Like, you've been around PTOs for how long? You know to be aware of exactly where they are. Next thing you know, Jeff's running over and he's pulling me out from under. Once he realizes exactly what's happened, and he starts yelling for people to, he yelled for Scott to grab the blue shop towels because that's all we had to stop the blood, because there was a lot of blood.
When I came to where Jeff and Fran were, she was just sitting there, and Jeff was holding the back of her neck, and I gave him rags, and we both grabbed and put pressure on her head to stop bleeding.
Scott runs and grabs those, and Jeff's yelling at the other guys for somebody to call 911. Not long after that, the ambulance arrived. And the only time I absolutely knew how bad it was when I looked at the guy at my head, and he goes to my church. And that's when I realized just how bad it was, because the fear in his eyes was worse than it was when Jeff, I saw the fear in Jeff's eyes.
You can always try to talk it back over in your mind, she shouldn't have been the one underneath the truck, or, one of us should have just been greasing it, but it's an accident. Well, I got a phone call one morning that my wife said that Jackson wanted to do a lemonade stand and a bake sale.
Well, one morning when I woke up, I asked my mom if I could have a bake sale and a lemonade stand. She said yes, and then she asked if I wanted to buy it for a new bike, but I wanted it to raise for Franny, so I did, and then I raised about $700.
It makes me feel proud that a 6-year-old kid wants to help out, people that he hardly knows, but knows that she needs help.
I guess I'd just like to say to them both that I appreciate what they did that day, because who knows, without their quick reactions, what would have happened. And I'm very grateful that they're still here in my life.